Well, if you're really trying to nail car art and getting the perspective, look, it's not a sin to trace, all right? So get your tracing paper, find a picture of a car. I just got this one of me at a car show here. And again, it's not a cheat to trace. The trick is you're going to want to be tempted to sit there and like draw the lines of the car like this. That's okay if you're first starting out, you know. That's not a sin if you want to, you know, sit down and draw a car like this. This one has its door open, so this isn't like the best example. But tracing paper, you know, it's not the devil, all right? Don't worry about it. But again, you can see here, it's going to give you a real good sense once we lift up this, lift up the original photo. It's going to really help you get an idea of how different parts of the car are laid out, spaced out, and fit together, all right? So look, here's our car, all right? Headlights, grill. I think there's like a air vent there or something. So now we're going to move out our picture. Boom. All right, so we've got a pretty good idea. We can fill in the blanks here of the car and stuff. But if this was a full-size car, you could really get a sense as to like here's what the general outline would look like. And actually, this is a great thing to do too. If you want to begin to try to reproduce the colors and the shading and stuff, it's okay to trace something and then do it. Now obviously I'm getting some serious smudge here from my Bic pen, so you may want to get a non-smudging pen. But if you're doing a real car from like a magazine or something like that, you'll want to get a feel for how the entire car flows, the lines of the car like this. How does the front lines intersect with the back lines? What's the motion of the line that goes through the car like this? Where do the wheels fit? Those are the sort of lines that you're going to want to get a feel for. And again, it's not wrist stuff. Get the feel for it with your elbow and really drawing through the entire car and starting a line at the front and following it all the way to the back in one motion. Another good exercise would be, without picking up your pen, draw the entire car without picking your pen up and get a feel for what it would be like and how those lines of the car intersect. Because I'll tell you what, on a real car, this does not happen unless you own a Scion XB, which I do, which I love. But for most cars, it's all about the flow and the lines that start at the beginning and go somewhere else, all right? Imagine a wine bottle. Like, a wine bottle is more like a car than most. That's how you want to start, is by mimicking maybe like a wine bottle, because a lot of those shapes and contours that you would experience on a wine bottle also look really awesome on a car. So you can see here we've got some just wine bottle type of shapes, but the kind of look that we're getting is stuff that we could easily put into a really cool car design. Alright, so check that out. It's kind of a cool design. And look for inspiration in anything. It's less about each individual piece of the car, like, here's a window. That is a window. Here is a headlight. Isn't that cool? It's less about each of the individual pieces and more about how the entire car flows together with lines. And that's really the secret. If you can start a line at the front, follow it all the way to the back, you're going to be miles ahead in terms of thinking through the design of a car and how the pieces fit together than if you just sat there and drew rear window, tailpipe, tail light. You know, that's not going to help you. This is what's going to help you. And then once you begin to start with the lines, then worry about the shading and the rendering and the color. We'll throw on a little bit here just to spruce up this quick sketch that we did. If this was a real car, I'd call it the Wino 600. What do you think? Horrible idea. Alright, anyway, we'll make that a Ferrari. Alright, so there's a sketchy car that we did, just getting a feel for the lines. That's another great way to practice. If you're tracing, don't just trace to copy, trace to get the feel for the lines, and you'll be in good shape. Alright?